In a fierce storm, a ship was tossed and shattered by the raging sea. Everyone aboard perished, except for one man, Ethan. By some miracle, Ethan survived and washed ashore on a lonely, uninhabited island. When he regained consciousness, he found himself alone and desolate. Desperate and stranded, Ethan looked up to the sky and pleaded, "Please, God, send me help." Days turned into nights, and nights into days, but no rescue came. Ethan spent his nights under the open sky, praying each morning for salvation. But as the days passed with no change, he began to accept his solitude as fate. Determined to survive, Ethan gathered wood and grass to build a small hut. He scavenged for remnants from the shipwreck and stored them in his makeshift home. Living off coconuts and fish, Ethan settled into a harsh routine. One day, after lighting a fire for warmth and cooking, Ethan ventured out to find food. Returning, he was devastated to see his hut engulfed in flames. The loss of his only shelter filled him with despair. In anger and frustration, he cursed the heavens. "Why, God, I asked for help, but you ignored me. Now even my shelter is destroyed." That night, sleep overtook him as he lay on the beach, disheartened and weary. At dawn, Ethan was startled awake by the sound of voices and footsteps. Opening his eyes, he saw a ship anchored nearby. Relief flooded through him. Help had finally arrived. Boarding the ship with immense gratitude, Ethan asked the captain how they knew he was there. The captain explained, "We saw a smoke signal from the island and came to investigate." Ethan was astounded. "But I didn't send any signal," he replied. The captain smiled and said, "It was the smoke from your burning hut that led us here." Realization dawned on Ethan. What he had perceived as a disaster was actually his salvation. The fire that destroyed his shelter had signaled his rescue. He understood then that sometimes what seems like misfortune is part of a greater plan. Reflecting on his experience, Ethan realized that life doesn't always go as planned. We often feel lost when things don't work out as we wish. But in those moments of doubt and despair, keeping faith can lead us to unexpected paths and opportunities. Ethan's story teaches us that patience and trust are vital when faced with life's trials. Even when our plans falter, there may be a bigger picture we can't see. Remember that sometimes our setbacks can be stepping stones to a better future. Keep faith in your journey and know that every challenge holds a hidden blessing.